Assalamu alaikum, dear student. I hope you are all fine. In previous lecture, we have discussed about the hero as a divinity, and we have also discussed the introduction of hero and the hero worship. So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss the hero as a prophet, in which we will analyze that what are the characters of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and what are the qualities of the leadership, and how he revolutionized the condition of the Arabia, and how Thomas Carlyle depicts the entire character of Holy Prophet ﷺ. In this section, we will particularly analyze this. So moving ahead, initially he mentioned that the Holy Prophet, he is a chosen one whom God has inspired to lead his fellows being to right path. He said that he was chosen by the God, and God inspired him and gave him that now you have to lead your path. They are in the darkness, you have to show them the light of the spiritual path. And he is no more God among his fellows men, but one whom God inspired. He was not actually God, but he is a God's messenger. God gave him command. God inspired him. God gave him message that now you have to preach these ideas, these philosophical ideology, and now you have to show them a right path. They are in the dark gate, so you have to show the light where they have to see the path of the spirituality, they have to see the path of the divine grace. And then further he mentioned that his fellows beings regard him as to one whom God has revealed true knowledge. Definitely Allah Almighty gave him the true knowledge. Allah Almighty inspired him to spread his message. That was the message of the peace, that message of the prosperity, the message of the divine grace. And Muhammad is Carlyle's hero as a prophet. He was born among Arabs, semi-barbaric. They were the wicked people, they were the barbaric people. They have not cultural values, they have not moral values. So when Muhammad got the message from the God, then he cultivated these semi-barbaric people and he born into the Arabia. And this nation, the nation of the Arabia, was divided in several tribes. They have many tribes, and the tribes fighting with each other for the many years. And he belonged to the Quraysh, being the foremost them all. It was their tribe in which Muhammad was born. The Quraysh was the superior family, the superior tribes among all other tribes in the Arabia. And then the Arabs in those days were the worshipper of ideals. They were worshipper of the ideals. They worship these ideals. They have not the right path for their salvation, the right path for the divine God or divine grace. They are into the dark age, and they are in the darkness. They haven't seen the path of the spirituality. On it, the most ancient object of their worship was black stone, Hijr Aswad, which is still kept in the building called the Kaaba at Makkah. So he mentioned further that the worship of their ancestors, of the Saudi peoples, the Arabic people, was ideals. Is still, he said, their ancient object to whom they worship is black stone, which we call them Hijr Aswad, is still kept into the Kaaba, and we all know that. So initially these Arabic people were semi-barbaric, and they don't believe into the oneness of the God. They have not the moral values, they have not the moral conduct. They are uncultivated people in this deserted area of Arabia. So when Muhammad came, when Muhammad inspired by the God, then he cultivated, then he revolutionized these people. They were into the dark ages. We call them Ayamul Jahilin. In the Ayamul Jahilin period, they haven't moral values, they haven't the moral laws. They are barbaric people. They are fighting with each other on petty issues and the small issues, and their oldest object of the worship is ideals. And still you can see the Hijri Aswad, which is kept in Khana Kaaba. This was the oldest object of their worship. When Muhammad grew up, he was confronted with the mystery of the universe. So when Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when Holy Prophet was born in the Arabic people, in the Arabia, then he raised the question about the mystery of the nature. A thousand questions arose in his mind on the daily basis. When he think about that, what am I? What am I to be? What I to believe? What is life? What is death? These all are the central questions that arose in his mind when he tried to grasp the mystery of the universe. Then he raised such a question that are related to the human lives. The thunders of such questions troubled him for answers, but there was no answers. Now, Holy Prophet ﷺ want to get the answer of these questions. He seek the answer of these questions, but there was no answer that what am I and why I am here and what's the death, what is the life and why I am here in this world. No one raised the question, but only Holy Prophet. When he raised the question, then he tried to get the solution and try to solve these questions. The man's own soul and what at God's inspiration dwelt there had no answers. So this was the main point, that what where is answer and where from I can learn and where from I can get the appropriate answer, that why I am here and who am I and what is the meaning of life, what is life and what is the death after that, where we are going. So these were the central questions that inspired the Holy Prophet, and Holy Prophet ﷺ want to answer out these questions. It was in 14th year that Muhammad discovered a solution to the mystery of the universe. When he was 14 years old, that time the Allah Almighty chose him as his messenger. He was chosen as a prophet to spread the message of the Allah Almighty, to spread the message of the God. He had withdrawn to cave Mount Hira. When he was into the cave Hira, that time the angel revealed on him and he gave a message that now you have been chosen as a prophet. Muhammad Mount Hira during the Ramadan to spend the month in prayer and meditation. When he was into Mount Hira in the cave in the holy month of the Ramadan, that time the angel appeared him and told him that now you have to read the Iqra, means that now you have chosen as a prophet of Allah. You have to spread the message of the oneness of Allah, and you have to cultivate these semi-barbaric people. One day he told his wife Khatija that by the special favor of heaven he had now found it all out. He discovered that. Now he told his wife that whatever the questions raised in my mind, whatever I have been thinking from the very beginning, now finally I got the answer of these all questions with the help, with the favor of the heaven. Now finally I got the solution of my questions and my ideas that reveal in my mind. And now I have been chosen as a prophet of Allah Almighty. I have to spread his message. All those ideals and formulas were nothing miserable bits of. When he got the message, when he got the solution of all his questions, then he said, these ideas, they are nothing, they are not the God, they are only a bits of wood. That there was one God in and overall, and we must leave all ideals and look to him. Now we have to give up. Now we have to remove this layer of the illusion. We have to remove ignorance, that there is only one God who created this entire universe. He is the only one. He is omnipotent, he is magnificent, and we have to give up. These idols are only a bits of wood, they are not actually a God. That God is great, he is a reality. Wooden idols are not real, he is real. He is only one God who created this entire universe, who ran this entire universe. That was Muhammad's answer to the riddle of the life. God in heaven had created universe and the numerous form of life. He alone in great and should be worshipped. Allahu Akbar. Allah is the great and Allah is the creator of this entire world. Muhammad's highest and praiseworthy quality is sincerity. Carlyle says that why the Muhammad is his hero, because the price worthy, the superior quality of the Holy Prophet is his sincerity. So Carlyle's heroes are the sincere with their content, with their character. As Carlyle stated that the most significant trait of the personality is the sincerity, so Holy Prophet ﷺ was sincere and he believed into the oneness of the God. Muhammad was the most popular among Arab for his sincerity, honesty, and truthfulness. And we all know that when he was very young, from that age, the people of the Arabia believed that he is a sincere, most honest, and more truthful person. He never lied. And Carlyle stated that all these theories which regarded Muhammad as a scheming falsehood incarnate. So you say whatever the Muhammad ﷺ saying here, whatever he preaching here, whatever he spread the message, that was the true message for entire human being, for the entire humans. There's no scheme for the falsehood. The word he speak were not false. Whatever he speak, that's what the truth. He sincerely believed that he was inspired by God. God him sent him the message. God chose him to deliver the message to the people, to remove their ignorance and lead to them to the path of the salvation, to path of the heaven, to path of the divine grace. Now he has been chosen. He is inspired by the God. So Carlyle actually said that no false man can ever find a religion. A false man can't build a bricks house. So if he is a false, if he is scheming, if he is inculcating the false ideas, so he never build up, he never found such a great religion which spread the message of the love and peace and prosperity. As false man even can't build a bricks, so the house was built up to deal with this problems, solve these questions. So if he is a false, if he is a liar, he never built such a things in this world. Muhammad Sallallahu truth in Allah is heaven, and God all wise, all power, whose will must be obeyed. Muhammad Sallallahu that you have to believe that God is only one and He has a almighty powers to run this world, and we should obey to him. And he decided to communicate the truth to his fellows Arab that now you are in ignorance, and these ideas that to whom you are worshipping, they are only bits of the wood, they are not gods. For some time, he tried to spread his religion, Islam, through the peaceful method, but he did not make much headway. So initially, when he got the message of the prophethood from the Allah Almighty, he started preaching with a peaceful method. But slowly, gradually, the condition became very tough for him. He only succeeded in rousing the hostility of Quraysh, who were bent to kill him when he initially preached the message, when he talked about the certain norms against the certain norms of the Quraysh family. Now his family against him wants to kill him. Several times he became within an inch of death. Almost people try to kill him, try to hurt him, try to hurt him, but at that time Allah Almighty saved him because he was on the right path, but he successfully preached his message. At last, he decided to organize an army to fight the Quraysh and other enemies. Finally, he organized an army to fight with his enemies, to fight with the Quraysh, and to spread the message of the Allah Almighty and to spread the Islam. The Muhammadans believe that they can't attain to heaven unless they have true and sincere faith in their prophet. So all Muhammadian, the follower of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu they believe that they can't even get the heaven unless they have to follow the path of the Holy Sallallahu. Peaceful methods are preferable to war and bloodshed, especially when religion is concerned. So Holy Prophet wants to say that he has to preach the message of the Islam with peace and prosperity, as a message of Islam is concerned, he has to avoid from the war and bloodshed. He had to preach it uh, with peace, with love, with care. But as the condition is go wrong, then he has to build up his army to defeat his enemies and to defeat the Quraysh family. Then Muhammad took the resources to sword only when he was convinced that the peaceful method would not prevail with the Arab tribes. Arab tribes, Arab tribes convinced that the peaceful method would not prevail with the Arab tribes. They never give up idolatry, falsehood unless compelled to do so. He decided now these are the Arab people, they will follow when I have to take the sword. This was the need and necessity of the time. Otherwise, he want to preach this message with the peace. Muhammad gave them a new faith to his fellows and infused in them a new zeal and courage. So Muhammad gave them a new message, new path, new ideology, new conventions, cultivated ideas to spend their entire life with a peace and prosperity. Now they have to remove this layer of ignorance. He lead them to victorious against Quraysh and other enemies. Finally, we all know that he finally convinced his family, convinced his uncle and other members of this family, and he also defeated his enemies. He conquered the Makkah, and gradually the whole Arabia yielded to the right of the Muhammad, and Islam became the established faith of the country. Finally, Holy Prophet ﷺ successfully established the ideology of the Islam to spread the message of Allah Almighty. Muhammad dedicated his scared book along with his struggle of preaching. So Muhammad was preaching the message of the Allah Almighty, the message of the peace, and the message of the brotherhood. And Allah Almighty gave him, the Allah Almighty provided him a scared book, the book scared book in called Holy Quran. Quran is the optimum of all issues in the world. It has the solution of our problem. So for the guiding of the Arabic people, for the guiding of the Muhammadans, who's the follower of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, for their guidance, Allah Almighty revealed a Holy Quran to Muhammad ﷺ to provide them a guidance for their entire life. Sincerity all seems to mean the merit and Quran. So sincerity and the Holy Quran, these were the most two important element that established the ideology of Islam. To the Arab nation, the birth of Muhammad was a birth from darkness into the light, because he infused life and vigor in nation. So when the Muhammad born, the birth of a Muhammad is insignia to remove the ignorance of the Arabic people and show them a light, the light of the spiritual path and the light of the peace. A hero prophet was sent to them with the word they could believe. He said that they have been blessed with such a leader, and he was chosen by the God, and he changed the entire condition of the Arabia, because before him the condition of Arabia were in the dark ages. The entire people were in the dark ages. They were in the age of the Ayamul Jahilin. They haven't think about such a light and such a path that Holy Prophet gave them. Carlyle further said that Arabia shines, though long ago a great section of the world. He said that Arabic people control over the world, and finally these Muslim people, they see the glory of their golden periods in the entire world. So this was all about the hero as a prophet, and he discussed the qualities and the attributes and the character of the Holy Prophet, how he changed the condition of the Arabia from the darkness and bring the light of the peace and the prosperity. So thank you so much.